stranger that's doing some touring, 11-year-old Mason Snodgrass, and he's a comedian that got jokes.
Well, first, I just want to thank a couple of people when I'm up here. Thank you for letting me come up here. First, I want to thank my dad back in the back. But I was talking to him today, and I was like, I saw a garbage truck today. You didn't tell me you were moving. Another person I would like to thank is my papa. Everybody always asks me about my papa, everything. And I usually get asked if he's on a diet, but he's not. He drinks Diet Coke so he can eat regular cake later. I remember I was told a story once about a mother and her child, and the mother was like, "Junior, get up, it's Sunday. Junior, get up." He was like, "I don't want to, Mom." And then the mom said, "Yes, you have to, it's Sunday, you know the deal." Then he said, "Mom, I have no friends there, the music is awful, and the sermons are boring." And then the mother said, "You have to, Junior, you're the pastor." I remember one time there was a pastor who died, and then a man with the same name as him went on a business trip down here in Georgia, and he sent a telegram to his wife, and it accidentally got sent to the dead pastor's wife. And it said, "Just landed safely. Man, it's hot down here." I remember when I wanted to be a pastor, I told my mom I did, and she said, "Well, what makes you want to be one?" And I was like, "Well, I already have to go to church anyway on Sunday. I just got to sit and listen. Maybe I should just stand and talk." Well, I went to Florida on Wednesday with the class trip, the 6th grade. Yeah, we went to Florida for 3 days. When we went down there on Wednesday, we had the Wednesday morning and the Wednesday night service. So, yeah, Florida. So when we went down there on Wednesday morning, we were in the Wednesday school. And they were talking about how so we're talking about the commandments. So she said, one of the commandments talk about honor thy father and thy mother. Well, what does one say about brothers and sisters? Without missing a beat, a little girl beside me raised her hand and said, "Thou shalt not kill." Then when we went to the night service that day, the preacher preached about 15 minutes, and he was like, "Sorry, I can't finish the sermon. My dog is known for eating paper. They ate the second half of my sermon." So, after service, I went up and talked to him, and I was like, "Sir, if your dog has any puppies, can you give us one to give to our pastor?" And then when we were walking out, I was walking out, and this lady beside me had her son, and the lady said, Did you learn anything in Sunday school?" And the little boy said, "Well, I guess not enough. They told me to come back." I remember I was told a story when I got back from Florida. My papa told me a story. He tells me a lot of stories. He told me about this little boy, the preacher, and this man, a farmer. And he told me that one day the farmer never missed any services in his life. Until one day he missed one morning service. And when he missed the morning service, he came to the night one, and the pastor said, "So, Farmer Joe, why'd you miss the first morning service?" He said, "Well, I had a hay problem, and I thought it'd be better for me to sit in the hay barn and think about God than me sit in church and think about hay." I remember one time we were here at the church working, on these lights right here, and a man walked in the door, and my papa was like, "So, hello, sir." And he was like, "Hello, I'm a piano tunist." And he said, "Well, we didn't order a piano tunist." Then the man said, "Well, you didn't, but some of your church members did." Well, when we were in Florida at the morning service, we were told me about the commandments. And then the lady asked, was like, does anybody know their favorite commandment? And then this little boy in front of me, he was sitting in front of me, he raised his hand and said, do not admit adultery. Thank you for letting me know.
Excellent job, man.